Make sure to subscribe to this channel for more videos like this.
Tornadoes and also after hurricanes.
It's so widespread,
yeah.
too. And, you know, just last year, more than 16,000 homes in Orange Beach, Alabama were left without a scratch after Hurricane Sally. All of them had fortified roofs, proving just how successful these types of homes can be.
So here to talk more about the success rate of fortified homes and what exactly one is Cary with the Insurance Institute for Business and Home Safety. Alex, thanks for being with us this morning. First, what exactly is a fortified home and how does it work?
Sure. Thank you so much for having me this morning. So fortified is a above code standard that was developed by IBHS to reduce damage and disruption and displacement that we see after these types of storms events. It has 3 levels, and all of those levels really start with the roof.
Wow. And you see in the video,
yeah.
The home on the left literally blown off its foundation, and the home on the right with the same wind, even though you can't really tell in the video, totally standing with no problem whatsoever.
Perfect example right there.
Yeah.
That side by side. It's remarkable. So do we have to wait to fortify our home and to rebuild after it's been destroyed, or are there things we can do now to strengthen our homes?
Yeah, I absolutely don't have to wait. The best time really to apply the fortified standards is when you're re-roofing, because it all really begins with the roof. That's what we see the most damage after any given storm event, even lower level wind events. That roof damage begins there, and then it escalates from that point forward, and you start to see the kind of destruction you saw there. So it can be certainly done with new construction. That's the most cost effective, as well as the time when you're re-roofing. So if anybody out there needs a new roof, you might want to check out our standard.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons we also tell you to get to the lowest level of your home, because if you have any roof issues, that will take everything down.
Right.
Can fortified homes actually be successful against tornadoes? Because once you're talking EF4 or EF5, I mean, you really have to be underground, it seems.
Yeah, so EF4s and 5s, those types of winds are very difficult to design to. So most homes, I mean, really many homes or most homes will not withstand those types of winds. However, those winds don't extend to the outer portions of those higher level storms even. So we know that we can reduce the path of damage for even those EF4s and 5s, and then certainly affect things like we're seeing the storms that are sweeping the nation right now. Lots of stories of roofs being blown off, and we know that we can affect that type of damage, and then certainly with the hurricanes as well.
Alex, just about a minute left. Can we talk cost? Is this affordable to fortify our homes?
Absolutely. So it definitely depends on the types of materials you're choosing for re-roofing, but there's a lot going on underneath that roof cover that can make a significant difference in helping to keep that roof intact. And it really is very cost effective. We have homes that are being built by some of our nonprofit partners, such as Habitat and SBP, that are applying this every day. And we have many other homeowners at every price point that are applying this. So it doesn't necessarily have to be those $1 million beachfront homes. This can be applied at any level.
Interesting stuff. Cary, Fortified Market Development Manager at IBHS. Thank you for joining us. And, it's really good to learn that roof is such a key point.
It really is. And we're seeing all the roofs, off these homes in parts of Kentucky. We want to get another update from there with Reynolds Wolf, who's in Mayfield. Steph, you think you would have perfected that dive by now?
Right, exactly. Have the perfect. I mean, you could also just do it in the shower. You don't have to necessarily go to the lake. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah, and have to chisel your way through ice? No thanks.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. That's cold enough. I'm telling you, some people do that. Either take a cold shower, good for the body and all that, or just at the end of your shower, just put on cold for, a few seconds to kind of crank you up. Tyler, one of our, you do that, Tyler? Who's doing the jib operation here, which is like a super big long camera. He claims to do that. But if you want to do it, in nature, you can do that here through New England with all this cold air in place and those cooler water temperatures as well. Yes, we have that moisture increasing. So that's going to mean snow for us. And we're going to see that heaviest snow right here on the border of Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire. It's going to be changing over, though, because as the system moves, it's not a static thing. It's going to wobble a little bit north and south, and so that's going to change the type of precip that we get. But we could see up to a foot of snow right on this path here, US 2, and northbound is where we're going to see the worst of the weather. So watch it come in. This is Friday evening, so it's going to be a Saturday, really all-day event. Saturday morning, you're going to wake up to the mess, send the kids outside to start sledding, playing in the snow. It's going to be coming down at a good rate. Then on Sunday, things clear out. So if you are doing any traveling, maybe it's your first trip up to the Northeast, first time seeing snow. There will be some snow on the ground, so that'll be exciting to see. And here are your totals. Woo. Okay, guess my computer has the case of the Fridays. All right then, as I mentioned, there's your heaviest 8 to 12. It has a mind of its own right now there. Okay. Kelly, we're going to hand it over to you before the whole thing explodes.
I think it's trying to tell you that it's there and then it's not. That's kind of the story we've had all this month of December. It's been so warm. But check out this winter wonderland behind me. This is in the west, snow blanketing parts of northern California as well as Utah. A fountain of flakes in Soda Springs and over a foot just outside of Salt Lake City. Parts of the Wasatch seeing more than 2 feet of snow. We've got more rain and snow on the way, which is great news. This is our time of the year. Rainy season, snowy season. And last year we just didn't get it, and that made the drought worse. So as we check on the latest drought monitor, this comes out every Thursday, by the way, California top to bottom in some form of drought. But we see the darker shade of red. That is where we had the exceptional drought. Going back to September 27th, we have seen some of this drought kind of getting eroded away with our wettest meteorological fall on record for Seattle. So that's the good news. We're definitely doing better. And especially here in California, the northern part of the state has seen some improvement as well. But what we want to look at is the snowpack. This is our money in the bank, our reservoir water for down the road. And you can see where we started December 10th, just about a week ago. We were at 9% for the northern Sierra, and statewide we're talking 19%. But fast forward to today, and we have seen some improvement in the overall snow bank here. We've got 73% in the northern, 87 central, 97 south. So statewide, we're now up to 83%. But we got to keep it going. So we're going to hopefully get more rain and snow throughout the next several weeks. And in fact, that is showing up in our forecast. 2 to 3 feet, actually, across the Sierra, the Siskiyous, anywhere from a foot to 2 feet, the Cascades into the Bitterroots, and also the northern Rockies seeing at least a foot of snow. Now, rainy times, we've had that too. Eureka, we could still use some more. We're down a little bit in the northern part of the state, but San Francisco Bay now looking at a surplus since October 1st. Of course, November, we got nothing in so many of these cities. So finally, we're getting some of that much needed rainfall. Here is a look at the rainy side of this system. We will see plenty of it. Could cause some flooding problems, and especially on the burn scars, it could be that issue with mudslides too. So keep that in mind. Traveling up and over some of these passes, you will also probably need the chains. Steph?
We want to get you out the door in the Midwest and have a look at your holiday travel.
Of tornadoes, of heavy rain, of flooding, of all this. At the end of the day, it's about people. And being here at ground level and seeing the stories and witnessing really the devastation which remains all around us, it is certainly something that is the mind cannot accept, and certainly the heart can't either. But truly, the stuff of nightmares, Molly.
You know, Reynolds, as you've been in this situation just far too many times before, you know, with all this damage surrounding you, I think what we found is consistent from disaster to disaster is that sometimes the worst of storms really just brings out the best of people and the kind of the community outpouring that we've seen in these areas.